Good morning, pet. Sleep well? Oh, how convenient. They've already taught you my name. Now you'll know what to scream when you're begging for mercy. Or for more, depending on how long you can keep me entertained. Where are we? Well, the Strong clan's not the only clan that owns a few clubs in Hope Creek. You're in the basement of one of them. It's where we like to keep all of our playthings before we get bored with them. Oh, what's the matter, pet? Can't remember how you got here. Maybe I can help remind you. See, the other night when my people caused that stirrup bite, we didn't know who would be there. But then I saw Marlo and Ava on their way in with a human. At first, I thought you were one of those bite junkies who usually frequent that place. But when they never took you upstairs, I knew I stumbled upon a delicious secret. So, ever since that night, I've been keeping an eye on you. Planting vamps just far enough into the shadows to keep from alerting Marlo's guards. Marlo went to such great lengths to keep you from me after that first meeting. I knew she had to be hiding you for some reason. I wonder what she'd be willing to sacrifice to get you back. Save your breath, pet. As if I'm stupid enough to believe she wouldn't try to get you back. Lying to me won't protect her. If you really wanted to keep her safe, you should have listened to her when she told you not to be out after sundown without an escort. And after all that trouble she went through, even she couldn't keep you from making such a dumb mistake. Working late at that empty building near the Browning turf. All I had to do was be there and get you to look into my eyes for the tiniest fraction of a moment. Then you were all mine. Oh, don't waste your energy trying to move, pet. I don't want you all tired out before I get a chance to taste the fear in your blood. You know, I really thought you'd at least know to avoid a vamp's gaze after a few months of living and working with them. I have to say, I was a little disappointed. I was expecting somewhat of a challenge. I wonder what Marlo will think when she realizes her little human never came home. Or maybe you're right. Maybe she'll never come looking for you. Maybe she'll think you've decided to give up on the organization after being cooped up in that dreary old mansion for weeks. It wouldn't be a total loss for me. You smell delicious. I see your mouth is still just as smart as the last time we met. Good thing for me, it's the only part of you that is, or you wouldn't be in this very vulnerable position. I don't have to have you tied down to keep you here, pet. Your mind is very suggestible, and I'm already inside it from earlier. But I like to play with my food before I eat. And these little quips of yours only serve to make feeding from you all the more satisfying. Feeling quiet now, are we? Well, why don't we get a better look at you? Oh, those eyes of yours. So full of rage. You know, they say anger is a secondary emotion, and that rage in yours is doing an admirable job of covering up all that fear behind it. But you're more than just a pretty face. You've got a tempting body, too. Soft skin, a racing heartbeat. You're trying to be brave for your precious Marlo. But vamps can smell fear, pet. And yours grows every time I get closer. Oh, no bite marks on your neck? Now that I mention it, your aura isn't showing any signs of a recent feed anywhere near it either. Do you mean to tell me she hasn't been feeding on you? Oh, stupid. I'll leave it to the strong clan to let a perfectly good thrall go to waste over ethics. I bet a healer like you would regenerate blood much faster than your peers. Given the faces you make when I bring up her name, there's no doubt you'd be a willing donor for Marlo. Then again, that's exactly what keeps the Strong clan from its full potential. Henrik might as well be running a charity with the way he takes pity on any sad, fragile little human that manages to follow him home like a lost puppy. Is that how they found you, pet? Oh, you don't have to answer. I don't really care what gutter they picked you up from, because you're going to be my proof that the Strong clan's tolerance of humans is their weakness. They care so much about doing everything they can as ethically as possible. There were so many rules about what I could and couldn't do anytime I wanted to feed. I couldn't stand it by the end of it. And then Henrik picked a newborn to succeed him over someone who could actually make something with his legacy. Of course, I mean me, the leader. Marlo's appointment as second in command was the last straw in a long list of actions that only proved to me that the Strong clan was doomed to pander to humans for eternity. It's a shell of what it once was when I was there. Back when we were a force to be reckoned with. We fought for respect. We didn't negotiate it. Now they coast on their nearly ancient reputation and have humans telling the clan members how to conduct themselves. It's a joke. Cute. But you wouldn't say that if you knew the Marlo I do. See, back when she was first turned, I did my best to show her what it takes to become a powerful vamp. Henrik appointed me and Ava to guide her through the bloodlust stages and make sure she was prepared to join the rest of us. She was pathetic. Could barely make it out of our sessions without crying for Ava's help. I left her trembling body on the floor of her room more times than I could count. Vampires are predators. We're meant to hunt our food, not placate it into submission. She needed to learn that. But instead, all she did was go to Ava and beg for more blood like a hungry dog. And Ava, being the protective little brown-noser she was, would comply, wasting no time to lecture me about empathy, and how I shouldn't be starving Henrik's golden child. Aw, did hearing how mean I was to Marlo make the little human upset? Well, maybe you should worry more about yourself than what happened years ago to your beloved Marlo. Because I plan to do some very mean things to you, pet. When Shay Lennox approached me with an offer to switch sides and assume a position at her right hand, I was long past ready to go. But I had a plan to set us both up for an even bigger win than just my leadership alone. Oh, they told you about that? Yes. I was with the Strong clan for a really long time, and I wasn't some low-level underling by the time I left. There were secrets I knew I wouldn't be able to take with me unless I was dead. So I faked my death. Shay had me turn one of the hits we'd been hired to take care of. Her body made an excellent decoy. Between the smell of smoke from the burning, my clothes, and my blood still at rest in her veins, when the other vamps discovered it, they were convinced I'd reached an untimely end. Yes, pet, I killed my own progeny. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices to get what you want. But this conversation is starting to bore me. So I think I'll just go ahead and get a taste of my new toy. You taste good, pet. All the pain and panic racing through your bloodstream at the shock of my bite. Was this your first time being bitten? So quiet all of a sudden. I guess it was. Oh, I'm sorry, Pat. Were you holding out for Marlo? Well, don't worry. By the time I'm through with you, you'll be so broken, you'll be begging to become my thrall. That is, if I haven't drained you by then. Still defiant even after a bite like that? I have to say, I'm almost impressed. But that defiance won't save you. No one will. Now shut up. I haven't had my fill of that delicious blood of yours. And I intend to learn just how fast a healer's blood regenerates after a blackout.